Hello, hello. What is up, YouTube? I'm Laura, and you're watching Atomic News. And I know it has been, what, like a month since you've seen me live or more? I'm not sure, but it's been a long time. So I wanted to hop on here just for a short live stream and talk to you guys a little bit. Give you a little bit of news, but also tell you a little bit about me and some things going on in my life. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm Laura. This is Atomic News. Everybody here is welcome. Please make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you hit that little like button, that thumbs up. Um, and then, you guys, when this live stream is over, please make sure that you go and follow both of my TikTok accounts, okay? Because I have been very, very active on TikTok. Not so much here, very much on TikTok. So I have two accounts, all right? The first one, Atomic News, all one word. Okay, that is my main account with 25,000 followers on TikTok. And then I do have my backup account because, I'm conservative. Atomic.news. All right, so please go follow both of those TikTok accounts if you're on TikTok and you use TikTok. I do almost always give at least one news update every single day. Hey Frank, how's it going? Long time no see, friend. Um, so please make sure, you too, Frank, make sure if you have a TikTok that you're following me at Atomic News, all one word, at atomic.news, just in case, because you know what they like to do to us, right, Frank? But anyway, what's been going on with me? Why haven't I been on YouTube for a while? Somebody's calling me. I don't know who they are, but they can wait. It's probably about a job, I'm sure. I quit my job. Yeah, I did a thing. I quit my job. You guys know I worked with animals. I've never really said where I worked, and I'm still not going to say where I worked. Just because I don't want any weirdos that might be watching this live stream calling them and being like, "Where's Laura?" Blah 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 blah, or anything like that. Okay. Um, Johnny says I'm back and mad as hell. Johnny, what are you mad about? Um, but yeah, I was up to here with them, pretty much, and the bullshit that they like to dish out, and the way they treated people there, the way they treated me. Um, it's unacceptable, and the way they treated special needs people, unacceptable. Um, the amount of injuries that I sustained while being there, unacceptable. So I said, peace out, like I always do, right? So I'm currently unemployed. That's right. And this channel is not monetized. Remember, those of you guys that have been with me for a long time know, a few years ago, they demonetized me permanently because I'm a conservative, right? So they said that I could reapply for monetization, but um, yeah, I can't find that anywhere. And I've looked everywhere through all the little nooks and crannies of my YouTube studio, and I think they permanently took it away from me. I think they lied like a dog. Last year, okay. Johnny says, not my original name. GooTube went on full attack. Now I'm nobody and happy to see you. What? Thank you for being here still. Um, you know how it goes, right? They like to hit us. And they've already tried a couple times with TikTok. I've had a few videos taken down and removed, had a couple of them restored. But see, TikTok is a little bit different. When they give you a community guideline strike, if they reverse the decision, you still have that stain on your account, even if they reverse the decision. At least that's the way it appears in every way, shape, and form that I've seen. So I am not yet part of the TikTok creator fund there. I don't even know how much money some of them make. No clue. But I think the most action one of my videos has seen is probably like 175,000 views, which is good, which is really, really good. So I'm working on that. It's easier for me because it's a smaller clip. It's a smaller amount of time. It doesn't take as much research as doing, a full, huge live stream here on YouTube. Granted, more money can be made on YouTube. So maybe we should all start moving to my backup channel on YouTube, Atomic News TV. Yes. Yes. Okay. So once again, backup channel on YouTube is Atomic News TV. I have not posted a video on that channel in over a year. So if you find that and you notice the last video was a really long time ago, you found me. And then on TikTok, Atomic News, all one word. And then backup for TikTok is atomic.news. All right. Because I got to have two of those. Atomic.news right now really has very little on it. It has a lot of my fun videos that I do, but I'm starting to put in some of the news there. But for the most part, you will find your news in 60 seconds or less. And I say 60 seconds or less because we're going to eliminate my intro and eliminate my commentary after the actual news piece. If you squash down that news, then it's 60 seconds or less. So every day, the news in 60 seconds or less, I'm going to give you a bunch of bullet points on TikTok, and then boom, let you fly free and go research that and go figure that all out on your own. And then what I'll do is I'll start doing some lives on TikTok and YouTube going forward, going into more detail about some of those topics that I'm covering in those news in 60 seconds clips. So hopefully you guys will all join me on those in those areas. Yeah. So I don't know what my next adventure is going to be as far as work outside of all of this, because I don't really make money doing this anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. I was just tired of someone trying to squeeze me into a box that I will never fit into. It's not ever going to happen. I fit into my own box, and that's the only box I'm going to ever choose to fit into. Johnny says, Are you, Paloma, and AZ going to make videos together again? It was great to watch the DHS assist fifth column invaders. Ladies were the ones showing it. Yes, yes. Black Bart is in the house. I don't know what he's doing or where he is. I don't even know if he's in the house right now or not. If he's come home or if he's at his second job right now. He's working 2 jobs right now. The way it's flowing because of vaccines and the mandates and employers trying to jump on that bandwagon, he's working 2 jobs right now, let's just say. Because I quit my job. I just did it. I walked out. I just said, peace out. I'm not going to let anybody treat me like this anymore. I'm not going to let anybody endanger my safety anymore. Just is basically what I said. Yeah. So, and I think deep down, even though he was just like a little shocked that I did it, deep down, Mr. Atomic knows it was the right decision. He would rather have me instead of a mess of a life. So, he's at his second job, he says. Okay. Louisiana Patriot says, girl, you can do anything that you want. That's right. That's right. I had an interview with a company who shall also remain nameless for however long I need to make it nameless. I protected the last company for, over 2 years, and very few people figured out who I was and where I was. But when they did, they were very cool about it. And I don't want anybody, any weirdos figuring out where I work and then showing up and being a weirdo. So for now, they shall remain nameless until further notice. But this next company, they really liked me. They liked the fact that I was old school mentality as far as management style, and that my beliefs and my morals in the workplace were old school because, hi, this girl is older. I mean, I'm only 46, but still. I was raised to work in a generation that's a little bit different than the current younger workforce, let's just say. And I think that employers are starting to realize that, and they're searching out for people with those that still have those old school mentalities. So I think that they appreciated that and they really liked that, and they said I should be hearing back from them shortly. I did get communication from one of them last night saying we're going to talk soon. I know that the person they want me to speak to is on vacation until tomorrow, so I'm assuming I would probably hear something tomorrow. So everybody cross their fingers about a second interview with that, because financially that would work out for me, and that would be my first choice. I really liked them. They were really cool. The gal I worked with or spoke to used to work for a company that I used to work for, so we had a lot in common, which was really neat. Really neat. And then there's all these employers out there right now that I think it's very hilarious. They're like, okay, they're wanting to hire a veterinary assistant, an experienced veterinary assistant, okay, which I'm an experienced veterinary assistant, let's say with 4 years experience, okay, I've had like 5. And they must have an associate's degree and and this and this and this and this and this, and they list all this stuff, right? But they only want to pay you $13 an hour. I'm like, dude, I could go over to Jack in the Box and say, would you like fries with that? And get paid $18 an hour and not need this, and this, and this, and this, and an associate's degree. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, what are some of these employers thinking, and these recruiters and these people that are making these job posts? Like, hello? If you are right now, if you're offering $12.50 to $13 an hour to be an experienced veterinary assistant, you should be ashamed. Let me just tell you that. Like, I realize you may be, with an exception of a very, very small practice, like a 1 or 2 doctor practice, very, very small budget, but still you shouldn't be requiring all of these things that you have to have in order to be eligible for that position, and then only pay them at $12.50 to $13 an hour. That's unacceptable. Okay, that should be a position of, we'll hire and train you to do what we need you to do for $12.50 or $13 an hour. That makes more sense. Am I wrong or am I right? Let me know in the chat right now. Exactly. How about inflation? Hi, who's paying for like $50 for a steak right now? I don't know. It's so exactly, Diane. It's so backwards. It's so backwards right now. I told Mr. Atomic, I said, we're just gonna have a smaller Christmas this year. We've had some grand Christmases since I moved back to Arizona, especially my first one back with this last company that I worked for. I made a lot of money, you guys. I made a lot of money doing what I did. But I had to sell my soul to do it. I'm not willing to sell my soul anymore. And my first Christmas back here in Arizona, we bought like 5 stand-up video games, 4 or 5, something like that. Everybody in the family had their own stand-up video game, like arcade game. Okay, that's a lot of money. I'm really good at what I do, okay? I'm really good at everything that I do, except for maybe climb mountains, but I'm working on that. Snafu's in the house. What's up, brother? I was talking to you. We need to talk, dude. If you just jumped on, so you missed it. I quit my job. You're in New Mexico. What are you doing in New Mexico? You need to call me after this live stream. I need to figure out why you're in New Mexico. But yeah, dude, I quit my job. Like, I walked out. I told them to F off. Because they were treating me like shit, and I am definitely somebody that doesn't tolerate being treated like shit, and I'm tired of being injured there, and I'm tired of being spoken to like a child and treated like I'm an idiot when I've made them $2 million in the past 2.5 years. Obviously, I'm not an idiot, and I'm not a child if I can do that. So it has to do with upper management in this one particular person. He's a douchebag. He really is. And there are multiple people in that company. Like, little do they know, I speak to everybody. Everybody speaks to me. There are multiple people in that company that are this close to walking out behind me because of this person's behavior, because of his behavior and the way he treats people and belittles them and mind fucks them, basically, playing mind games. And it's not me. I'm not crazy. I'm highly intelligent. So I know it's not me. I'm not perfect. Definitely not perfect, but I'm sure as hell I'm not stupid. And if they knew what I knew up here about what's going on in their company. Some of them may even watch this live stream. I know some of them still watch me on TikTok. But long story short, I wasn't willing to be treated like shit anymore, and I was tired of being hurt on the job and tired of being scared of being hurt on the job because of their stupid decisions. And so that's that. That's enough about that. They don't deserve to live in my mind anymore. They really don't. They don't. So what else have I been doing with my life? Adventures, you guys. Atomic Adventures and Reviews is still alive. I'm still posting videos there. I go out and explore. Life is too short not to go out and do something and see things. Like, I worked so hard last year in 2020, and I have nothing to show for it other than the money that I made. And what is that? Is that happiness? Maybe if you buy a dog, right? Or a cat or or a car that makes you happy. I don't know. But money can't necessarily always buy happiness. I have nothing to show for that. I did nothing. I accomplished nothing. Yeah, I was promoted twice in 1 year because I'm that good. Um, and I made a lot of money, but so what? I look back at last year and I'm like, what if I died tomorrow? What if I died tomorrow? What stories can I tell before my death? Oh, I made a lot of money. That's not what life is supposed to be about. That's existing, that's not living. And I choose to live, not exist. So, let's get into some news. How about that? All right. I'll give you guys a little bit of something. That's enough about me because I can talk about me all day long. You know what? I think I'm going to take my glasses off for reading because the glare is really getting to me. These are not my right glasses for glare. And you guys have to forgive me. I have no makeup on my face. I don't give a fuck day. So, hopefully you guys are down with that. So, where is Kamala Harris? Does anybody know? Anybody know? She's not working on our border. No, she ain't. She's more worried about Poland's border right now than she is about our border. And she's supposed to be the border czar. She's the czar of nothing. Like maybe her bathroom toilet. I don't know. Because she's so full of shit. That would make sense. Ted says on her back. Probably. She's probably still trying to hook it up with Montel Williams. You guys want to know something absolutely disgusting? And I don't know if I said this in my last live stream or not. Her husband graduated from my high school. Granted, we were different years, but I was like, ugh. I'm like, when I found that out, I didn't put two and two together because I didn't realize who she was married to. Otherwise, I would have recognized the last name and I would have been like, but then my sister-in-law, well, my ex-sister-in-law, she's still my sister-in-law, the way I see it, had sent me a message a long time ago about it, and I don't know how I had missed it in my messenger, but I did, and then I found it, and I was like, what? But yeah, if you if you go up to Wikipedia and look up Kamala Harris, find her husband, and then go to her husband's profile, it will show you he graduated from Agora High School in California. Agora High School, class of 93, right here. Okay. I went to school which in an area which is basically a stone's throw away from where the Kardashians grew up. It's maybe like 2 exits down. We lived in the cheap seats, as we used to joke about. But yeah, and I went to high school with the band members of Hoobastank, and then Incubus, I think, went to Calabasas High. But Incubus partied at my house one time. So there's just a little bit of history on me. But anyway, going back to the shitty border czar, the only czar she is in charge, the only thing she's the czar of is her own toilet, because she's full of shit. She's done nothing. She's accomplished nothing. Can anybody in this chat room tell me right now one thing that Kamala Harris has accomplished while being in office other than make a fool of herself and cackle like a witch? By all means, if you love her, please tell me why you love her. I would love to know why you love her. I highly doubt there's anybody that can answer anything to that because there really isn't anything. She's more concerned with Poland right now than our own border. And let's talk about our own border, okay? So I'm on this website, borderreport.com right now, just so you guys know my source. It says here, cartels are behind the wave of foreign adults posing as unaccompanied migrant children. Let me read that again. Cartels are behind the wave of foreign adults posing as unaccompanied migrant children. So adults who probably look young are posing as children to help people get across the border. How does that make you feel? Sorry if my screen is jolting. My dog's right on the other side of the screen. She's got a fat old booty. Hi, baby. What's up? Okay, that's Atomic Junior. Um, so that's pretty disgusting, if you ask me. Like, what was that joke that's going around TikTok right now? What's the difference between the drug cartels and the U.S. government? The drug cartels don't force you to take their drugs. I was like, oh, who thinks up these things in their mother's basement? But I love that one. That's true. So this is basically El Paso, Texas, border report. Imagine a 20-year-old man sharing sleeping quarters, showers, and a bathroom with boys as young as 13 years old. That's a chilling scenario that worries U.S. authorities as they grapple with a flood of adult unauthorized migrants being coached by Mexican cartels to say they're minors to avoid being sent back across the border. It's that old game again. That's right, it's still going on. U.S. Border Patrol agents in fiscal year 2021 unmasked 559 adult foreign citizens posing as unaccompanied children in an El Paso sector alone. Okay, that's just one sector. 559 adults posing as children so that they could get across the border and stay. That's disgusting. You guys, if you're here, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? Because we have 32 people in here and 18 thumbs up. So either I got a lot of creepers or you guys haven't hit the thumbs up yet. I don't think I have a lot of creepers in here. I think you guys just forgot. So hit that thumbs up for me, okay? We want to avoid putting in adults where we have children. Well, no shit, Sherlock. That's a big concern for us, Border Patrol spokesman Fidel Baca said. Unaccompanied children are in our custody a very limited amount of time. However, they do go on to other organizations, and we want to avoid passing an adult to their custody and mixing them with children. That's a big red flag for us. The U.S. treats foreign children much differently than unauthorized single adults, and the cartels know it. Okay, most adults are usually expelled under the Title 42 public health order within hours of entering the United States illegally. Children traveling alone are sent to a processing center in northeast El Paso and transferred to health and human service facilities within days. From there, they're sent to family members or sponsors within weeks. And granted, they do that without testing them for the Rona. They do that without injecting them with the jab. That's right. We all got to get the jab, but anybody coming across the border does not, because the government is quoted as saying, well, they don't intend on staying. Oh, honey, they intend on staying, and you intend on letting them stay. Oh, that's right, especially if you want to give them almost $500,000, which Joe Biden now has recently said, oh, that's not ever going to happen. They'll pull that out of their back pocket again when it's convenient for them, just to rile up some possible votes and get a riled up crowd on their side. I am absolutely disgusted that the thought even came to mind to give them money over, stop whining, over Indigenous people, okay? Or over Black Americans who may actually have ties to have family members that were tied to slavery, okay? Reparations, aka. Why would we want to give somebody who broke the law money over them? Okay, and don't get me wrong, I'm not for reparations, but if we were going to do something like that, it should go to them first, all right? Not people who broke our laws. And then you're going to have those people that have those arguments. Oh, well, we're all immigrants, blah, 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 blah. No, no, no. I'm not an immigrant. You aren't necessarily an immigrant. Were our ancestors? Yes. Okay. And just because people from other countries flooded into this continent and basically colonized it, um, doesn't mean that we can't change the rules later on and say, hey, we're full, let's follow some rules now, okay? Because in actuality, we are kind of full. And there's a lot of people out there that are having a lot of financial struggles because of all this inflation and taxes rising, et cetera, et cetera. Um, there's a dude on TikTok called Modern Warrior, I think he's called. And he calls everybody a colonizer. And I'm like, oh, because that's not derogatory. You don't want us to call you an Indian, but it's okay for you to call us a colonizer. Hypocrite? I think so. And a lot of his videos are racist against white people, and they actually are. I mean, go watch it. Hi, are you going to an interview? Okay, well then use my white shoes. Okay, then good luck. The oldest atomic child, sorry, is also looking for a job because she had some medical problems that she was in the hospital a couple times. Um, and I went in, they were treating her like garbage, and I went in and quit for her and told them to peace out on her behalf. So both of us are looking for jobs, and both of us have had multiple interviews in the last like 24, 48 hours. So that's what she was coming to come and tell me. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so what was my train of thought? Oh yeah, that's right, colonizers and modern warrior, whatever the heck his name is. And he's actually a very beautiful, sorry, I just spit a little, beautiful, beautiful man. Though I think I don't know, I'm not sure how how he identifies. Is that the right? I don't know. I don't know. But he's very self-conscious about his nose because it's very indigenous, and I was like, what? Like he's like perfect specimen of indigenous, and he's not even fully Native American. He's like part white too, I think. Um, at least that's what Wikipedia says about him. But he's like, if you saw a picture, you'd be like, boom, right there, that's the genetics, okay? So anyway, I digress. Let me get back to my article. We shouldn't be giving them a $500,000, all right? Because there's other people that deserve it more so than these people first. Like they need to get in line, okay? Get in line. The line's really long in America. According to the U.S. Customs and Border Report data, some 23,000 unaccompanied minors came through the El Paso sector last fiscal year. A total of 14,616 came from Guatemala, a little over 3,000 from Honduras, and a little over 2,000 from Mexico. Almost 1,500 from El Salvador, and the remaining 13 to 1,400 were natives of other countries. Yes, the other countries, they're still coming. They're still taking advantage of us. Border Patrol officials say the cartels are coaching the adults, primarily Central American males, to say they are under 18. They provide them with fake documents, altered documents, or someone else's birth certificate. The Border Patrol has learned through interviews that this is happening. Um, the people the people we're seeing posing as children are those we have not seen before in the United States. So the cartels, know the minute we run their fingerprints, they're not going to have any previous encounter or criminal history. So it's going to be harder for the U.S. to determine their true identity. The cartels provide the fake children with equally bogus birth certificates or other documents that were genuinely issued by a foreign government but were altered to show a different name or date of birth. And in some cases, these transitional criminal organizations transnational criminal organizations get a hold of someone else's real documents and just sell them to migrants who can afford to pay. Baca said that Border Patrol, and several other agencies under the umbrella of the Department of Homeland Security work closely with each other and with foreign governments to thwart the cartel's sophisticated methods. The cartel, man, have you seen some of their equipment lately? Mexico has an entirely separate military. They have the Mexican military, and then they have the cartel military. All right, these dudes, have you seen their vehicles? Have you seen their gear? Have you seen their guns? Have you seen their missile launchers and shit? And we're doing nothing to stop it. Our border czar is more interested in Poland and whatever the fuck else she's doing. Now they're saying that Kamala Harris is being assigned to unimportant tasks just to keep her away and distracted. And so she's actually doing a shitty job because of the way they're assigning out her tasks. Like, they're trying to cover up for her, and it's just like, no, honey, she just sucks. She couldn't make it as a presidential candidate for a reason. She just simply sucks. All right? And Biden picking her was just a racist political move. That's all it was. She's not worth anything in politics. She's accomplished nothing. So this is a pretty lengthy article, so I'm not going to continue to read it word for word. But once again, this article, if you want to read it in full, was under borderreport.com. They have a lot of border information there. I do get some of my article information from there, but or some of my discussion information from there. So I highly recommend, you go check them out. I think you guys will like it. There is one other article that I wanted to talk to you guys about in relation to the border, because I know you guys love the border updates. Let me go find it here. I bookmarked it because you guys know how I am. I'm like, where'd I put that? This is an article written in the UK, all right? And whoever wrote this, it's almost like a high school kid wrote this, and you're gonna find out why. Whoa! Okay, hold on. Let me clip out of this ad. Texas Republican Tony Gonzalez said Monday, and this is actually an article from a couple weeks ago, so this wasn't this past Monday, just so you know, that Panama Foreign Minister Erica, can't say this last name, we're going to just say Erica M, because it's Mouynes. Is that Moines, I'm guessing? I don't know. We'll just say Erica M, okay? Told him that as many as 100,000 migrants have crossed through her country on the way to the U.S., and 52 of those apprehended had ties to Al-Qaeda. That's awesome. Awesome sauce. Speaking on the Real America podcast with GOP chairwoman Ronna McDaniel, the San Antonio congressman said that the situation in Del Rio, Texas is the worst I've ever seen it. He said that Moines, if I'm saying that right, or we'll just say M, okay, came to visit him and a number of other lawmakers to get word out about the coming onslaught. She goes, that's really what they said. She goes, there's over 100,000 coming through Panama on their way to the U.S. as we speak, he said. I asked her, have you caught anybody on the terrorist watch list? Gonzalez continued. She goes, funny you ask that. So this is why I think this is poorly written. He goes, she goes, like, are we 12 here? That's not how you write something. That's not how you write an article. He goes, she goes. It's he said, she said, they said, etc., something like that. This is like very poorly written. I asked her, have you caught anybody on the terrorist watch list, Gonzalez continued. She goes, funny you asked that, Tony, because in Panama we do biometrics and we have apprehended 52 people that are associated with Al Qaeda. I go, holy smokes. Does the administration know about this? He said. She goes, there's no one home. I'm talking to you because the administration is absent. So what she's saying is she's tried to contact the White House and talk to the Biden administration about this, but they're ignoring her. All right? They're ignoring everybody because they don't care. And Joe Biden himself has said, I don't have time for that. He doesn't have time for that because he's too busy probably taking naps when he's not supposed to and shitting his pants. All right? Or farting in front of Camilla in England, all right? He when is this gonna you guys why who's gonna ring the alarm? Like I'm long time ready for this. Like as we used to say in roller derby, it's time to call off the jam. Okay? Meaning it's time to stop the clock. Okay? Meaning let's do something. Let's do something about this, okay? A record-shattering number of Haitian migrants have come to the U.S. in the last month, and the trend doesn't appear to be stopping as more people continue to pour into the Colombian town of, I can't pronounce the fucking name, Necocli, a popular spot for smugglers to shepherd people through the perilous Darien Gap in Panama. Okay, that looks pronounceable. Darien, I think that's what it is. The Darien Gap is a 66-mile stretch of rainforest between North and South America. Its dangerous terrain is part of the reason it's been left undeveloped and why it poses such a great risk to the people crossing it now. More than 70,000 migrants have traveled through the Darien Gap this year. 70,000. Panama authorities confirm this. More than 70,000 have traveled, or I'm sorry, most of the migrants in recent months have been Haitians, many of whom had been living in Chile and Brazil since the 2010 Haitian earthquake. Okay, so they hung out there for a while, and now they're like, well, let's just migrate north. But here's just a photo. Migrants, many of Haitian origin, line up for asylum processing in Mexico. Hopefully you guys can see that. I know that's super ghetto style for me doing it this way. But they're still piling in over the Rio Grande, okay, and crossing in lines and lines of people. There's over 100,000 on their way right now to the border. And originally it was Texas, 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 Texas. Okay? But now there's word of Arizona, Arizona, Arizona. Now, where that entry spot would be, I'm not exactly sure because Yuba's pretty locked up now. You guys remember when I was there and I slept overnight with Jen from AZ Patriots and a few other Patriots there on the border to see, who would come across. And we got that footage of, I was right there with Paloma for Trump and we were filming and we were in USA Today in an article. And they just blatantly walked right over. But I do believe that whole area is now walled up. Where could they come through? I'm going to have to get on Google Earth and take a look. Arivaca is a possibility, that area, because there's still some areas there that have openings. Like, I did do a video a while back when we first moved back here to Arizona, where the wall goes right up to a mountain, and that's it. There's nothing going over the mountain, and literally, if you just climb the mountain, you can come up on over to the American side. I could have gone around it and walked into Mexico myself easily. Kind of the same situation in New Mexico where they built that first privately funded wall, where the wall went right up to the mountain, but there was that spot, okay, there until they built that section, and there's still actually, I think, a section there that you can get around. But for the most part, the biggest entry area is closed off now. You have to go to a little bit bigger lengths to get around that area. But I do believe there's still some openings. I'll have to check into that. I'll have to reach out to She-Wolf from Guardian Patriots for like an update. I haven't talked to her in a while. I do not have an update on Jim Benby. I don't. I know some of you still ask me all the time, what's up with Jim Benby? Don't talk to Jim. I mean, it's not anything personal between us. Just don't talk to Jim. That's all. If he ever gets out of jail, he may reach out to me. He's always welcome to reach out to me. I've never, um, you know, made it so, at least I think, made it so he felt like he couldn't reach out to me. I just haven't. I don't talk to Anthony after that whole running for Congress thing. There is some shady stuff going on there. I don't know. All I know is what I hear from various sides, and I'm not there firsthand to know really what the truth is. So for me to make a judgment on that would be wrong. I think morally. I don't think I've ever also said, hey, not interested in talking to you. Never been there. Just, I don't understand what went on with all that. And so I just kind of distanced myself from it because I didn't want to be caught up in that kind of drama. I already had the whole Jim Benby thing I was caught up in. I mean, indirectly. They used my live streams through where I interviewed Jim Benby. They used my live streams and put me on the Southern Poverty Law website. They have a whole article. If you search Atomic News on their website, you're gonna find me. I'm not on their terrorist watch list or anything like that. I'm not on anything like that. But they did use my live stream to reference saying that he broke his, I don't know if they worded it as probation or his rules, basically rules set forward by the courts, by speaking to me. But the thing is, I've never been on the New Mexico border. So that's how I think he was in the end okay with speaking to me rather than other members of Guardian Patriots. Because I've always been remote. I've always either been in Illinois or here in Arizona. So I think that's how he got away with that part of it. He was smart about it. I mean, he's not dumb. He's definitely a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. But yeah, if you guys want, if you guys want a good laugh, go find that article on Southern Poverty Law about Jim Benby, and you'll see me listed there. And they even quote one of my live streams, which I think is hilarious. So I think that's funny that they watch me. I think they looked for anything that was that Jim Benby was tagged in, and then they found me, and that's how they found me, basically. I mean, I don't mind being a little controversial. In fact, I don't mind being a lot controversial. Life is too short not to just say it the way it is. I've always said it the way it is. I don't sugarcoat things. I don't, beat around the bush or bullshit you guys, right? And I think that's why you guys are here and why you guys like Atomic News. But I could be wrong. Let's see. Wonder what would happen if we made a wall with bodies. Well, Texas made a couple different walls, apparently, but not with bodies. I guess they used shipping containers in one area. They were is what I've heard recently, shipping containers. They dropped those. And then also at one point, they basically made a call to action, and various different officers of all over the state came down with their cars and made a line of cars blocking people from crossing. They're not putting up with very much bullshit down there. They're tired of it. And then Ron DeSantis just said, stop shipping them over to Florida. This is not going to happen. If Ron DeSantis has to, he threatened to start shipping them to Biden's front doorstep in Delaware. He's like, I'll pay and bus them over there. And they can all go right there. Then he can deal with it. And then what was it, Ted Cruz that thought, hey, how about we start shipping them to Democrat stronghold wealthy areas such as Martha's Vineyard. And I thought, this mofo, he's brilliant. This is why I love Ted Cruz. Like at first when Ted Cruz was running for president against Trump, I wasn't a fan of Ted Cruz. He was actually kind of a whiny little bitch back then. He's come a long way. And if you guys ever have a chance to sit down and really listen to him in court, okay, like discussing things with the Google execs and like Twitter, and sorry, I have to adjust because I think my dog wants down. Give me just a sec, guys. Hold on. I'm not wearing any pants, so I can't stand up. I'm live streaming with no pants. Hold on. I gotta put her butt on the ground. Go. Go. Okay. So if I stood up to go get her, you'd be seeing me in my spanky. Sorry. Nobody needs to see that. Not right now. So, okay, so she's good now. All right. But yeah, I have grown to really like Ted Cruz a lot. So did you guys hear that Beto wants to run for the governor of Texas? Honey, you couldn't even make it to the finals for the presidential race, and you think you're going to make it as a governor of a state? You don't mess with Texas, honey. They're going to turn around and shit on you. Like, that was the funniest shit I ever saw. I think I just saw that article yesterday, and I was like, does he really want to waste people's time and money and his own energy and time and money to do that? I mean, his name might as well be Hillary Clinton. He's all washed up. Nobody wants him. Nobody cares. He's insignificant and irrelevant at this point. Why? Why? Do you really think that state is that blue that you could flip Texas? Oh, honey, no. No, 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 no. Like, someone please tell the man. Like sit down and have a real conversation with this man and let him realize that he could be doing something so much better with his life than that, because he's not going to win. Okay, mark my words. Is doing everything federal law will allow. Yes, Kyle Roberts just said Governor Abbott in Texas is doing everything federal law will allow. I want to see them in Delaware. They just released 2,000 from the Pomona Fairgrounds in California back into society. They should be bussed and shipped back to Delaware. That would be comedy. Hell yeah. I agree with that, absolutely. Like, do you guys, I want to ask you guys some questions, because who knows how much time I'm going to have off from between now and when I have another job. Hopefully it's not very long, because 'tis the season, right? I'd like to pay my bills. That would be good. I think we can only make it about 2 months before we like crumble and die. But is there anything that you guys want to see? Like, I know I've been down to that school in Phoenix, which was converted to a migrant shelter, and I confirmed a few months ago that yes, it is still active, and yes, there are still migrants there. And then yes, there is still there's in Scottsdale, Arizona, the hotel, the defunct hotel that was empty, was being used to house migrants. Do you guys want to see me do a little research and find out some other locations like that, or do you find that boring? Do you guys want me to try and scope out some buses, kind of like, bitch, you were just out. You are not going out to pee again. And I'm not standing up and showing all of YouTube my spankies. Oh my God, she's going to scream. Lainey! Let's see if the Atomic Junior answers. The dog's getting really old, and she has to go out like an extra amount of time. Like, extra. She's extra right now at everything. Do you guys want to see me try and hunt down some buses and see where them buses go? You know, kind of like Jen from AZ Patriots used to do. Straight talk here. That's why I keep coming back. Good. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok though, because that's where I give most of my news right now. News in 60 seconds or less every single day. Sometimes you get like 4 or 5 news in 60 seconds or less, just because I have so much news that I have to make multiple videos. God, my nose itches right now. What does that mean? Does that mean anything? Does that mean money? Am I going to be rich now? um, I totally want to work for Turning Point USA, but I realize because of my social media presence that that may not be something that is ever going to happen. Because I am a little controversial and I just say shit, right? And you can't erase the internet. I've said a lot of stuff and I've been, you know, pretty controversial, at least in my opinion. That I don't know that I could ever fix that. Though I would love, they're hiring. Turning Point USA is just out in Tempe. I would love to work for them, even if I was just you know, a receptionist. I don't care. I would love to support their cause. But who knows if anything will ever come of that. I actually kind of really like this place, though, that is interviewing me right now. I really think it would be a lot of fun. And if that comes to fruition, I'll give you a little bit more info on what I'm doing because you'll be like, what? Do the busing trail, Brenda says. Okay, okay. Because I could go out and basically scope out the ice buses and see where they go. But then if they jump on the freeway on the 10 and they're going off to Timbuktu, I'm not going to follow them out to Timbuktu. But if they go somewhere locally in Phoenix Metro, then I could kind of find out where they go. Because I don't think that churches are hosting them like they were doing before. Where is Jen from AZ Patriots right now? She still lives down the street from me, from what I know. She has been on the down low, quiet, because of some legal stuff. I don't. Maybe I should reach out to her and see what she's up to. Maybe I'll do that because she's been active on Twitter recently. I do have her cell phone number. I could just text her, but I don't know if she has my cell phone number still, and she'll be like, "Who's this bitch?" Right? She'll probably forget it was me because it's been a while. It's been like a year, I think, since it's probably been less than a year. But I could reach out to her on Twitter and say, "Hey, what are you up to? Want to do some stuff?" Right? Um, but I think that's all I have for you guys today. You guys, please, please, please go follow me on TikTok if you want to keep news more often and short, sweet, to the point, no sugarcoating, straightforward, bold, just like it is here. Atomic News, all one word on TikTok, or atomic.news is the backup TikTok, okay? And then please, please, please go subscribe on YouTube to Atomic News TV. It's the channel that has not had a video posted in over a year, okay? Because I just haven't. There's just too much to manage. So many different things. Um, if I could make this full time again, then I would, but this is an unmonetized channel. If you do want to help a girl out who is currently unemployed and you appreciate the news, you can always make a donation to my channel through PayPal. The email address is below. It's Sharpie Marker _1975 at yahoo.com. It's Sharpie Marker, just like the marker. So it's SHARPIE MARKER _1975 at yahoo.com. So if you want to help this poor girl out at this moment in her life, this would be the moment that I would most appreciate it. But now that I'm not employed, I will try and get you guys some more news here as well. Okay. It's just easier for me to do it on TikTok because of the shorter amount of time. It's just, and straight to the point. But maybe what I can do is post the news there and then expand here and in live streams on certain topics. I think that's what I'm going to probably start shooting for because I've been kind of wandering here on YouTube for like a year and a half now without, like a real plan. What I wanted to do. I really like TikTok a lot. I enjoy it. It's quick, easy, to the point, especially, in crazy times in your life. But I think what I can do is take those topics here and expand here more. And, I'll bring in Snafu. You know, I'm quite sure I could bring in Frank. I mean, there's other people I can bring in. I want to bring back Captain Vicky. You guys remember Captain Vicky? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything that she can talk about with the airlines and everything that's happened with the airlines recently that is safe that she can talk about without getting in trouble, because I obviously would never ever want to put Captain Vicky into any circumstance where she would get, you know, in trouble at work or anything like that. So I have to be really careful with that because she's very important to me. She's a really good friend. She's really come through for me a couple times with some family deaths and helping me get places and coordinate flights and whatnot. She's like a mastermind. Um, like something that would have taken me an hour to find a flight, probably she had done in like 9 minutes. I shit you not. My aunt just died like a month ago, and I was stuck at the airport in Tennessee, and she's like, boom, and she found me a flight, took it, you know, and got it all taken care of for me. I sent her the money. It was great. So she is an amazing person, and if I can get her back on the show, I would love it, and I think she would love it too. I think she thinks it's fun too. So you guys email me. The email address is below if there's any topics you want me to talk about. If there's anything you see on TikTok that you're like, what? In one of my videos and you want me to expand more on that, let me know. Um, let me know. Email me and say, hey, I saw this on TikTok on one of your videos and you mentioned this. Can you expand on that? And I will absolutely hop on here probably the next day and talk to you more about it. So let me know and let's get some news going again because I miss it. And that's one of the things that I gave up in this last job. I really committed to that job over my social media, and I regret that. That is a choice. That is a poor choice that I made in life. But you think that you're making those decisions, the right decisions at the right moment, but sometimes you don't realize that it was the wrong decision until after the fact. And I should have never let up on what I love doing the most, and neither should you. So, on that note, I hope you guys have a really good night and peace out. Until next time.